Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the visit of South Korean president to India. And obviously he has met Prime Minister Modi ji here and lots of important memorandum of understandings has been signed between these two countries. And more importantly, if you see these two countries memorandum of understandings, you'll find like okay, they want to work in future for a very long time. Okay, the memorandum of understandings are also having lot of trade with regard to critical technologies. We are also working on clean energies. So when you have these kind of sectors in your memorandum of understanding, it means you are considering each other long term economic partners. Okay, and not just partners but also strategic partners. Strategic nothing but we depend on you little bit, you depend on us little bit with regard to the resources that we have enough, we'll share with each other, so that what will happen, we can reduce the dependency on other countries. So that is the main crux of this particular article. I hope this is clear to you. And what should I say to you with regard to what Korean culture, etc., so and so forth. I myself use rice bran Korean water, because you know that Koreans actually, we whenever we say that they just have a glass skin right around. Glass skin means they are very neat. On their skin you will not even find a black dot. Okay, they are completely see through. That's the very important cosmetics whatever they are using has been thronging in our e-commerce website, and you can find them on Amazon, Flipkart, so and so forth. I have also taken one of it, but I have not seen much results on my face, okay, with regard to that rice bran water. But still they do have very polished skin that we have to appreciate. Not even that, if you know that K-pop dramas, we are having BTS, we are having New Jeans, we are having these kind of K-pops are very highly popular in our country. Means we are also importing their entertainment or cinematic okay, cultural exchange, and in return they are also very much happy with regard to Durandar movie, with regard to our Bahubali. We are also exporting our cinema to them. So Gangnam Style was very much famous in their country whatever we have, and it is famous in our country too. Okay, so you can just understand that in with regard to cosmetics, with regard to what entertainment, we are actually embracing and deepening interactions are happening with regard to what these two countries citizens. Okay, but still, and trade related is anyhow I'm going to discuss about it, but still we do not have Korean food, we do not wear Korean cultural dresses. Okay, and their like what is the morning habits or evening habits, we do not have yet this influence on our Indian culture. But it is very true that K-pops, K-dramas, television and cinema has been very much popular in our country. Along with that, now that the cosmetics are thronging to look better, that's all we want, right? Okay. So those students who are watching me for the very first time and those students who are actually watching me for a very long time, please make sure that you just subscribe to the channel and share to all of your friends. And PSIR, okay, classes, test series, mentorship, all of these are available on Sosin IAS Academy. Please call to the number given in the description, which is also running okay at the bottom of the video. So you can just call. It's a premier institution in Ashok Nagar, Hyderabad. It is the leadership of this institution is in the reign of you can say that Sosin Revel, a ma'am who has having more than 15 years of experience teaching anthropology, one of the pan-India renowned faculty in anthropology. We have other options that you can opt for along with my PSAR, along with madam's anthropology. We also have optional okay with regard to what geography, with regard to what history. So okay, you can be a part of any of these optional. You will get the best qualitative okay environment that you can crack the examination with high scores. Okay, let us start our discussion into the topic. Okay, this is the introduction that you have tried in the examination, because you are having very less space, so you cannot be juggling around. So it's better that you have one paragraph written with all the countries. Indian Korean Business Forum, South Korean President okay Lee Jae-myung described India as a key pillar of global economy and urged businesses to expand trade and investment. So he want to expand, we want to expand. That's how we are going. And you can also write one paragraph with regard to what Korean pop, Korean drama, okay, Korean cosmetics and cultural exchange. So that particular one important paragraph, and this paragraph that they are considering us as a key pillar of the strategic trading and business aspects. So these two paragraphs suffice for introduction. Now you can go ahead with what has happened with these two countries. Okay, if you talk about the trade, the two countries are aiming to double the bilateral trade to 54. It is actually at this point of time $27 billion. Now we want to increase it to $54 $4 billion by 2030, which is nothing but we want to have an annual growth rate of trade increase by 18%. By 18%, please remember this point. Then we also want to upgrade our comprehensive economic partnership agreement with them. We already have this agreement in the year 2009 with them, so we are trying to have more features to it. We are adding more features to this particular partnership. So for what purpose? To reduce tariff, so that more trade is promoted between these two countries with regard to the goods and services, and high technology sectors we are focusing like artificial intelligence and shipbuilding. Along with that, with the help of this particular upgradation in SEPA, we will also have, we are addressing non-tariff barriers, simplifying rules of origin, and expanding market access and improving ease of doing business. These are some of the important areas that we are going to work, okay, under the upgradation of SEPA. Along with that, inclusion of high-tech sectors like artificial intelligence and shipbuilding. Okay, then we also have another important initiative, that is India Korea Industrial Cooperation Committee. It has with 4 working groups covering trade, one group industry, one group strategic resources, and clean energy. To accelerate the engagement, means one group will take care of one important area, another group will take care of another important area. With that, what will happen? We can accelerate the engagement between India and South Korea with regard to these agreements. Then you have some focus sector has been pronounced by these two countries. Priority sector identified include semiconductors, electronics, okay, e-mobility, green energy, shipbuilding, and digital trades. With regard to their manufacturing, with regard to their marketing, with regard to their selling, all of these will be taken up by these two countries. Companies in both the countries are expected to collaborate, okay, on co-production, co-design, and co-innovation for the global markets. Come here and produce in our country, make in India or make in South Korea, whatever it is. Let us come together, co-produce, co-design, co-innovate, and sell it to what? Other countries. Then we also have establishing a Korean specific industrial township in India with plug and play infrastructure aimed at, okay, boosting investment. Means in our country we will also have one important township called as what? Okay, just like says, you can say that says, okay, Korean specific industrial township. All the Korean investment will be there here, Korean food they will be serving, so their culture they can preserve. Along with that, okay, Korean investors will get a particular specific zone for them. Okay, that is only called as Korean specific industrial township that we are going to build. We have not announced which place it will be built, but sure it has been announced that it is going to come. So to boost investment from the Koreans in our country, supporting Korean firms targeting domestic and export market. Domestic market is means nothing but our market they can trap, and from here also they can sell to any other countries. A key outcome was a cooperation under Article 6.2 of the Paris Agreement. Okay, both of the countries are looking forward to enable carbon market collaboration through the trading of emission reductions. So if we want to buy some important buy some carbon dioxide credits, we will take from South Korea. Okay, both the countries are also reiterating that their net zero targets, India by 2070 and South Korea by 2050. So both the countries are working towards net zero emissions. That's why it is important that this particular trading is, okay, carbon trading is must. And their commitments under their updated nationally determined contribution, which is nothing but a document that need to be submitted by all the countries, okay, to UNFCCC. Okay, this document has to be submitted by 2015. We have already submitted, and we also got a updated document in 2022, I guess, that is a Glasgow summit. Okay, right, that we call the Panchamitras. Fine. So why this particular Korean strategies, Korean collaborations, or Korean what I say is the relation is important to us? Why it is significant? This is one of the most important area that UPSC is going to ask you in the examination. Okay, first of all, it is one of the important ingredient of Act East Asia policy. This is one point that you have to write. Okay. Let us discuss why it is important and significant to both the countries. Obviously, we are going to write a significance from both sides. First, they signal efforts to diversify supply chain. Okay, obviously, whatever the critical elements are there, 90% of them are processed by the China, 80% of them are supplied, and China is a very hostile country to us. And USA sanctions, we are not having. Okay, other important countries also we are leaving out. That's the reason it is very important that we have to diversify our supply chains in an increasingly fragmented global economy at this point of time. Ongoing tensions, including India, US-China rivalry, Russia-Ukraine war conflict involving US-Israel have exposed vulnerabilities and concentrated production networks. So you can understand that all the Gulf is not able to supply, okay, petroleum to many countries. So because of these vulnerabilities, it is very important that we have to find new partners. Okay, so suppose I want to buy something from other place. This place is completely having what vulnerable crime, etc., so and so forth. I cannot be dependent on that particular place for the production of my jalebis, right? side, so I have to source from some other place. So this is what we are also doing, that very highly tense complex global this Gulf region is there, which is and also the geopolitical strategies of USA, Russia is there, okay, China is a hostile. So we are in the midst, we are in a sandwich. So we don't want in the particular situation that someone is dictating as a term that don't buy there, and someone is saying that okay, we are blocking a route that you cannot get it. So we just want to get out of it. That's the reason this is a very important area that India is working with South Korea, that is diversifying what supply chains by expanding cooperation in sectors such as semiconductors, electronics and clean energy. India and South Korea are positioning themselves as a complementary partners. Means these important areas, electronics, clean energy, semiconductors, whenever you make a agreement with any other country which is with regard to sectors which are more important, which are emerging, it means you are considering each other way complementing to our trade and growth with regard to these sectors, and which is going to be long lasting. Second important significant is that the agreement reflects a shift towards partnership between countries with aligned strategic interests. Aligned is nothing but what they are suffering with regard to the global politics and tension, we are also suffering the same. So what we are doing is we are aligning our each other interests, and we are trying to move ahead with the various memorandum of understanding so that we will grow together, okay, and try to reduce the dependency with regard to any kind of geopolitical tension if at all it arises in any part of the world. Okay, as trade increasingly intersects with national security, particularly in critical technologies, both sides appear to be prioritizing most trusted economic relationships, nothing but we have South Korea. Third, the focus on clean energy, battery technologies, e-mobility, digital trade highlights a race to secure leadership in future industries. Early cooperation in this sector could shape competitiveness over the coming decades, which will reduce our dependency on what China. Very true, because China is an important producer of any of the we call it as motherboard. No, so motherboard of all these technologies are coming from what the ingredients, the raw materials are coming from China. So we are trying to make sure that okay, we will reduce the dependency of China. With the help of that, India and South Korea will collaborate. Fourth, memorandum of understandings gain importance and amid uncertainty in global trade, rules arising protectionism, or that is what the Donald Trump is also doing with tariff regimes shifting, particularly in the United States, multilateral systems under strain. Okay, bilateral arrangements such as SEPA are becoming more central to the trade policy. Multilateral systems like UNO, like SCO, like BRICS, that is not yielding much results to any of the countries, whether it is ASEAN, etc., so and so forth. So it is very important that let us do one to one. Okay, fifth, the memorandum of understanding has also the agreements aligned with the India's broader strategy of diversifying its economic partnership. We know that we have been working on many fronts, many economies. We have already went recently, like I guess not, yes, in 2026 only we had a meeting with Ethiopia, we had a meeting with the country like Egypt, we are having with Brazil, we are having with the Maldives, we are having with recently Indonesia business forum. So we as a country are diversifying various economic partnership, which is very important, that will strengthen our ties with the major economies so that we can reduce our dependency on single partner and improve negotiating leverage and cushion against the external shocks whatever we are having at this point of time. Finally, the partnership reflects mutual economic interest for both the countries. This is very important because for India, for South Korea, India offers scale, large population is there, market access, okay, growing role in global demand. Whereas in a volatile global environment, this mutual dependence becomes a stabilizing factor. For India, South Korean investment brings technology, capital and manufacturing expertise. So South Korea is giving us investment, technology, manufacturing expertise, whereas India is giving them full 140 crore of population. Okay, sell them, scale your business and be one of the important global partner. So that's all about India South Korea relationship. Do join the PSIR courses that is being taught by me personally. I will be mentoring you, hand holding you till you get your marks very perfectly. Join Socines Academy. Okay, the numbers are given below. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.